Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about Tailwind CSS and I will highlight main advantages and disadvantages of the framework. Tailwind CSS has become very popular among the developer community because this framework is based on utility first approach. But how can you make sure this is the right CSS framework for your upcoming development projects? So let's dive deeper into it. Tailwind CSS is a front-end CSS framework and it was first released in May 2019. In a span of approx 3 years, more than 300,000 developers have used it to enhance their web applications. Tailwind CSS has definitely changed the way to style websites and web applications. So is it the right CSS framework for you? To answer this question, let's take a look at Tailwind's pros and cons. One of the main advantages of Tailwind CSS framework is that you stop writing CSS yourself. You just need to apply CSS classes to your HTML element. By using Tailwind, you get access to several thousand CSS classes out of the box. For example, Tailwind has several margin-related classes like empty-3 or mb-3. These classes are the main reason why building and styling with Tailwind is so fast. Second point in pros is responsiveness and security. With Tailwind's pre-built classes, you can create websites fully responsive as well as mobile friendly. Apart from that, Tailwind has proven to be a stable framework since its initial release. The framework was developed by top-notch engineers, which is why bugs and breaks are very rare. Third advantage is Purge CSS. Purge CSS is extremely easy to set up, so it removes all unused CSS classes. With Purge CSS, Tailwind helps you keep your final CSS as small as possible. Now let's talk about demerits of Tailwind CSS. First con is components are not provided by default. Tailwind CSS does not provide default style components like Bootstrap or Bulma. You need to implement it from the scratch. You will lose a lot of development or design time. For example, Tailwind CSS does not provide button, navigation bar, header or stuff like that. Secondly, it takes time to learn. You will face a small learning curve with Tailwind CSS. Even if you are familiar with CSS, you need to learn the predefined classes provided by Tailwind. To apply a margin, you need to specify M dash for padding, P dash for line height, leading dash. However, if you are consistent with practice, you will overcome this easily. Third disadvantage is mixing HTML and style. Basically, the HTML file focus on the structure and the CSS focus on the styling part. In Tailwind, you don't need to write CSS rules and you apply CSS classes directly to your HTML file. So you are mixing page structure and style in your HTML file. This goes against the principle of separation of concerns. So finally, in a few words, working with Tailwind is quite different from other CSS frameworks. Here I have shared my opinion about Tailwind CSS and I will continue to use this framework for my projects. Using Tailwind CSS in combination with React is my current stack for front-end development. Tailwind can help you save time and change the way you design websites, and so taking the time to test it out is worthwhile. So thanks for watching the video and we'll see you in the next one.